Good morning. Day one. Got my tricep reattached yesterday. Wasn't a whole lot there to reattach. It said it looked like a firecracker went off inside the tendon, and sometimes it's a pop straight off the back, takes a little bit of bone with it. Wasn't like that. Sometimes it's a good little shred across the back, and it leaves like a fairly flat, albeit not a smooth-ended surface, but it leaves at least enough of the tendon left to reattach. Mine kind of exploded. Some of the tendon stayed attached to the bone. Some of it shredded and is just floating around in there. He thinks 50 to 75% of the tendon he got back, which means 50 to 75% of the strength, which sucks if I was a bench presser or a tricep press downer or a presser in arm wrestling, but I'm not. I'm a hooker. I'm a top roller. Even in a hook, the type of hook that I'm comfortable getting into, I don't bring it in front of me. It's a dragging hook. I leave it out away from me. And so if you leave a dragging hook out away from you, there's not a whole lot of tricep bringing it to you. The hook involves a tricep the second it gets in front of you, right? If you get into a hook here, not quite a press yet, but if you're dragging from here and you're hitting here, there's some press down. There's some tricep strength that's necessary, especially from the medial head, which is one of the ones that really just got exploded off. I'm not that bummed about it because, again, I don't really care about the shape of my tricep. I don't care about the size or 100% strength of my tricep. I want stability. I want the elbow to feel like it's tight and stable and strong. Other than that, I'm not too concerned about the tricep being a 50% or 75% at best case scenario. The recovery, I don't do painkillers. It's a personal thing. I don't like the way I feel on them. I really don't like the way I feel off of them. So I don't do them. I got ibuprofen on standby. I haven't taken anything yet. Last night was rough. The meds that they gave me in the hospital wore off, and the local anesthetics wore off, and it was a tough night. But I assume every night's going to get a little bit better. And if I made it through last night and got a couple hours of solid sleep, and I get better and better every night, I'll be fine. What else? Arm wrestling. I can grip. I already asked the guy what exercises I'm allowed to do. He said for 2 weeks, don't even do like a gyro ball. Don't do, he said open and close your hand. You can hold things in your hand. Just don't do any type of movement or squeezing where you're going to be going through the range of motion with squeezing, because all of that is using a lot of the upper forearm muscles that tie in around that tricep. Basically what they did was, if you imagine this is my tricep here, okay? And this is the bone that they have to reattach it to, the elbow, right? So initially, or normally, it lays across right here, and it kind of connects in with the bone right there. When it's shredded off, what they do is they drill two holes in the bone on either side here, and they come up with what they call tape. Think of it as a sewing thread, but they call it tape. They come up through the hole, and then they sew up one side. They come across, they do a little weave pattern in here, and then they come back down the other side, come back out the other hole, right? So there's two holes drilled in the bone. And then they drill a third hole, bigger hole, down a little further, where they take the ends of those tape that they've weaved the tendon to, they shove it in that hole, they put the screw or the button on top, and ideally it stays forever. So right now I've got a couple little holes and one bigger hole drilled in my forearm, elbow, forearm, they got to heal up before I can put any type of pressure or tension on them. But what I can do in the meantime is work on this guy, which I don't do very often. I got like 50 pounds on this. It's nothing total, 100 pounds total, but so there's some, I don't like the way I tense up a little bit when I start pulling lefty, so I'll probably give that a couple of days even too. My right elbow hurts when I do that, but I ain't going nowhere as far as arm wrestling goes. Taking a break maybe. I'm not going anywhere though, and I truly believe I'll be back at 100% within a year, and hopefully past the level I was just at, because I didn't injure anything that had gotten very strong on me, which was my hand, my riser, side pressure. So I didn't injure any of that. That's going to come back quickly and then surpass. And then I think this is probably going to force me, hopefully, this is going to force me to concentrate on some things that I've probably been neglecting, because I've been naturally strong and good at this game, but I haven't really probably put enough time and effort into shoring up the little things that I'm not great at. I'll get great at those hopefully the next year when I have time to really work on them, and I'll keep making my strengths stronger. So the hand, the wrist, back pressure, all that I expect to be beyond where I'm at right now in a year. The only thing I think I'll have some difficulty trusting here in the future will be the elbow, as far as blocking center and kind of setting up with a whole lot of side pressure in center. You know, I think I'm going to be coming straight back over the top for a little while, and just be all, you know, loose, soft pressure at the ready go, and come straight back and outside, just to protect it for a little bit. We'll let that slowly build back up. Supplements, eating, stuff like that in the meantime. I take methylene blue, which is a new salt out there that's supposed to help with inflammation recovery, things like that. I'm on the fence about it. I'm not sure how much it's helping, but I'll keep taking that through this. I was taking it about a month prior to this, so we'll see. I'll keep taking that. What else? BPC 157. Look it up. I'm not going to get into it here. It's a peptide, helps with healing. Carnivore diet. Carnivore diet is going to be huge for me. I'm not going to be super strict. I'll have some cheats here and there. I'll have fruit here and there. But for the most part, I'll be really, really high on my eggs and meat and liver. Bone broth. I'm going to be smashing a bunch of bone broth for the next couple months. Just give my body all the building blocks that it needs for this repair. And that's about it, man. I'll cut this one short. Again, this is day 1. Tricep repair, recovery. See you guys soon. Be strong.